What's going on, everybody? It is me, Will Lowery, and I got my boy, Dougie Fresh. We are here on Beyond the Fairway, presented by Genesis, and we about to have a great conversation. It was fun. I mean, it was pure fun with Annie Park, Pac-12 champion, 2014 Curtis Cup winner. She's about to take us through the rigmarole of golf.
LPGA winner. Yeah,
LPGA winner. Well, I mean, that goes without saying. I mean, we met her at the Diamond Resort, now Hilton Grand Vacation. But she's about to have a time talking to us. She's gonna open up to us. She's gonna be a little vulnerable, Doug.
That's right. I tell you who was vulnerable though over the weekend. Well, really wasn't vulnerable, but Roy McIlroy getting it done at the RBC Canadian Open, Will. And the quote heard round the world, the golf world that is. He said, 21st PGA Tour win, one more than someone else. That gave me a little motivation today. So, okay, Rory, I see what you did there. I don't hate it. I don't hate that.
But we have to go a little deeper on that, Doug. I mean, I hate to say it. Who was that reference to, you think?
I think he was talking to Greg Norman.
I don't know if he was talking to Greg Norman.
Okay, that's a stretch, but I want to hear more.
All right, so this is what I want to know.
I love that you're on ones and twos right now. Will,
I am on ones and twos.
Let me get this.
I think.
Okay,
Doug. He was talking about. I'm about to see if I get my facts straight.
Yeah, you better get your facts straight.
How many wins does Dustin Johnson have on the PGA Tour?
24.
All right. He wasn't talking about Dustin Johnson.
He wasn't talking. No, he was
talking about Billy Bolt. No, just kidding.
But Roy McIlroy getting it done. And I tell you what, if you do flip over to the LPGA side, I watched Brooke Henderson get a W at Eagle the last hole. You know how clutch that is, to Eagle the last hole to get a W in a playoff. So shouts out.
That's clutch, but I think my girl Lynn Park really killed it this weekend. I think she takes the news.
Tell me more. Tell me more.
I mean, she's a winner of the DP World Tour Scandinavian Mixed Championship, and she beat all the boys. Like, all of them.
I heard she beat them by this many.
Yes. I don't know about that many, but she beat them by a lot.
10 shot victory, Will.
Yeah, it was that's what I'm more ecstatic about. You know, coming off the Title IX and celebration of that, I'm ecstatic about that more. And there need to be some more. We're gonna talk to Annie about this, but
that's absolutely.
There need to be more some type of collaboration, LPGA, PGA tours. I think it's needed.
Let's just get into it. Let's go Beyond the Fairway with Annie Park. Beyond the Fairway podcast welcomes in Annie Park. Annie, what's cracking?
Nothing much. Thanks for having me, guys.
Nah, we appreciate you stepping in here. Like, I know we're catching you, like, between events. How's this season been, like, thus far?
Yeah, it's been good. I mean, it was been very fast-paced for me. I was on the West Coast for 6 weeks. Flew straight to Houston for the U.S. Women's Open qualifier. Played 36, rested for, like, 3-4 days, went to New Jersey for Founders. It's just been nonstop. I had to make a really tough decision to take ShopRite out of my schedule. I know.
What?
I can't.
How do you know? How do you do that?
Weeks.
Yeah, I need ShopRite there because Annie, I just remember us doing the it was known as a Diamond Resort, but now it's a Hilton Grand Vacation invitation, and that's where I met you. So. I mean, damn it, and we gotta get back there.
Yeah, we need you back in that event. We need you back.
I mean, maybe I'll win a different tournament, and
that is true.
Just starting new trends.
There's other tournaments that will be played.
Yeah, but I mean, if I played, it would have been 5 weeks in a row. I just can't. I'm getting older.
Says the 27-year-old. She's.
Dude. So 27 hit me so hard.
So okay, I want to go a little deeper. Annie, you don't open up a can of worms just that quick. 27 years old. What are the signs of you getting older in this game of golf? I have to ask that question because when I walk upstairs, I hear stuff pop. I got to know from a 27-year-old perspective.
Yeah. Sorry, my dog wants to chime in this, but he's getting old too. He's 4 years old. We're aging together. So I need to take naps. I need to hydrate way more than I have before.
So
you feel me, Knight? Yeah, I played Vegas for the match play. Dude, I was like pounding like 5 to like 7 electrolytes a day, and I was like so dehydrated. I'm like, I do not recall me being this dehydrated ever.
See, it's all the alcohol, Will. You know, you gotta stop drinking, Andy. That's
Vegas nights and Vegas mornings are two different worlds.
No, but look, how do you? I mean, this is interesting though, because Will, I know you pop. Annie, you've taken nutrition like way more serious, correct? Like I know you're talking about hydration, but what about just overall nutrition as you've aged?
Yeah,
aged.
I mean,
that sounds horrible.
God, we have to define. There's age and there's golf age. We have to put the distinction there.
Golf age.
Yeah.
Yes.
So when I say 27 hit me really hard, dude,
that's so hard.
My metabolism, like I need to stop like eating like, you know, like the desserts that I love during my tournament weeks. Yeah, it's rough, man.
Age, Annie, Annie. Hey, I tell you this: if 27 knocks you knocks you off your feet, let's see what 30 gonna do.
That's what I heard, dude. But you know what? I heard life gets better at 30. Everyone's been telling me.
It does. Life does get better at 30, especially for your golf game.
Hold on, Will. How does your life get better at 30?
Well,
because that was like 10 years ago.
Well, I decided that I wanted to quit golf at 30. That was for me.
No, but hold on, Annie. It was funny that Will even mentioned that because, and again, we're going to skip around a little bit, but if I'm, correct me if I'm wrong, you actually were considering giving up the game here fairly recently. Like, talk us through kind of your decision to keep playing.
Yeah, so back in 2017, I was going through a back injury and didn't play a couple of events and just was struggling with my body, my physique. Not only that, but it was definitely creeping into my golf game. And so 2017 was a really rough year for me and just struggling with my putting. And I was like, I don't know if I could do this again, like for another year. So then, yeah, I was really thinking about quitting golf. And then a really good friend of mine, also aka my boyfriend, we've been dating for 5 years. He made me a long putter in his garage and literally like saved my career. I ended up winning. So yeah, I ended up winning back in 2018. I went from quitting golf to winning my first LPGA event. So yeah.
With a makeshift putter. Okay, now Will, hold on now.
You're talking to the equipment guru right here.
No, I'm trying to understand like how you were accepting of this Franken putter that you then ended up using. Like,
yeah,
it's like try this, go ahead, see if it, and then you go win. Like what?
Yeah, so I mean, I guess I've never really talked about this anywhere else. So you guys are the exclusive.
Exclusive.
So I've always had the yips, my putting yips. I had it starting when I was 13. Hard to believe, but I had one of my best careers while having the yips. Not a lot of people know that. But it was just, doing it for 10 years, just going through that like mental drainage, emotional, but not even emotional, but just physically, like after every tournament just dealing with the stress, I was getting sick every tournament. Like after every tournament, I just like needed to hibernate for the next day. Like it was just brutal.
I can dig it. No, I can dig it.
It was brutal.
So you had quite a bit of accomplishments of wins during this time of the yip. So so how do you like manage in the midst of winning? Like, man, I hope the yips don't come this week. I hope the yips don't. How do you do that? What does that mean?
What?
I've just learned how to adapt to it. So
because Will Zalatoris needs this information.
Okay, so you know what, Annie, I want to go deeper. I mean, if you don't mind, we go because I know when we talk about the S word, shanks, and all that stuff, not a lot of golfers want to hear about it and talk about it. But yips for you, like my yip, sometimes I get a little too quick. I'm cross-handed. I'm already across the line. A lot of moving parts. A swing only a mother could love. But you, what are the yips specific? Is it in the putting? Is it you too quick? Is it what is it?
So it was most likely just too quick, and I struggled a lot around like the short putts first, and then it started to creep into my longer putts. But when you just do it for so long, you just learn how to adapt to it and just stop kind of fighting against it, because it's already a lot of energy to deal with it. It's just almost kind of like submitting to
Just giving up control.
just giving up the control. And I've just learned how to yip it in the hole.
Yip it in the hole.
Yip it in the hole.
That's what Zalatoris does. You ever see his right before his putter gets the impact? It go like this.
You know what? It's not
his putter had a seizure. I was like, what is wrong with it?
Right. Because there's different, like, so you had was it a face control thing where it was like you kind of like,
So what was super weird for me was like, if I don't care or anything, like it was like two end of a spectrum. Like if I really don't care, it was fine. If I was like literally gonna win for a tournament, I was totally fine. But if I was just like playing for like, I was like 2 under and whatever, I'm like top 10 or top 20, like, I mean, that just the normal day, I was just so used to it. But when it was from like super not caring to like winning a tournament or being in the lead, like I was putting amazing.
So you have to have that balance of not caring versus caring. So you have to focus on not caring at every tournament. It seemed like I have to not care today.
Yeah. So during Symetra, I've learned that if I'm super pissed off about my golf game, I play super well.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I like that.
Normal. I mean, it's either like I really don't care or like I freaking missed a short putt. Like what else am I gonna do now? And then I just start making like 5 birdies in a row.
But that's dope though, Will. Like some people need that anger. Like it's like some people like to make the birdie first or the bogey first. You know, it's like
it's kind of like I remember talking to Jerry Rice and he said he had to get hit first. Like he said once I got hit on the football field, the game was ready. But he said he was nervous all the way until he got that first contact. But now I want to kind of go back to the yips. You know, at the age of 17, you won the Nassau County High School Championship. Now, you're one of 2 girls in the whole 134-player field, right?
Yep.
Question, did you have the yips during this time?
You know what? So I was putting conventional, and right going into that Boys County, I went back to my old claw grip, and I was putting amazing. Well, I had to putt amazing because we were playing like 7,000 back tees on the red course at Bethpage. Yeah, not a lot of people know that, but we played blue, and then the next day we played red. But both days we played in the back. But the red already plays long enough, but it was like super windy. So all I remember was like, okay, par 3s are like my only chance. Like par 5s, I'm gonna be hitting like driver 3-wood, maybe 7-iron back into the green. Par 4. I remember it was like into the wind. I hit driver 3-wood. Amazing 2 shots, by the way. And I still had like 60 yards left. And then I just like scrambled for par. Like I had to scramble as much as I could. But when I had the chance to like make a birdie, I'm like, this is my only chance.
That's the way I feel on 6,500. That's the way I feel on 6,500 yards. So trust me, I get it. It's my only chance of making birdie. Hey, all right, let's give a shout out. You said you're one of 2 girls in the field. Who's the other girl? Just give a shout out.
Alex Lowe. Alex Lowe. Her brother was Matt Lowe. He and I were battling it out that day. But they're great golfers. They're not only great golfers but great friends. We grew up playing in the PGA area. I still talk to them here and there. So
that's a tough place to grow up in too. That Met section, that ain't no joke out there.
Yeah, I mean, fortunately, like we got to play really great golf courses like Bethpage. Like I grew up playing there. Eisenhower. I'm a little biased, and I love Long Island golf. It's the only golf like man, I would play 36 holes.
All right, well, we're just coming off the heels of Lynn Grant winning the DP World Tour, and it was a Scandinavian mix event. So do you see more as an LPGA player? Do you see more I guess the chances of LPGA and PGA Tour combining tournaments such as that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that would be great. I think it would, bring a different mix, a different
I see what you did
competition.
there.
Nice play on words.
A
I
different,
love it.
different competition. I think it would be fun just to have, a couple female professionals and also PGA professionals just to, have a different perspective on like a different event, right? We always have, all female tournaments and all PGA tournaments, but like how cool would it be if like, you got to pick a partner from the PGA Tour or the LPGA Tour and just kind of like, I don't know, play a partner event. Like I think even that would be pretty cool too, right?
It makes you wonder like why that have not come to fruition yet. So real quick, as a who is the one person on the PGA Tour that you would want to beat? Who is your Matt Lowe of the professional world?
That's such a good question. I've never thought of that, but if I were to pick my partner.
No, Anna, no. I need you to beat somebody. I don't need a partner. This is you beating somebody's ass. Who is it?
Oh.
You can say it.
But if I pick this partner, I feel like we can beat anyone.
Okay. After you beat him, who would you want to be your partner?
Well, Anthony Kim. Like, can we bring him back, please?
Bring him back. Bring him back. Why not? You live in Dallas. I'm sure you've seen him.
Have you seen him?
I haven't seen him.
You haven't seen?
Even during my off weeks, like it's just so short. I don't even know what I do.
All right, now you open up a whole new can of worms here. Do you have a degree of separation from him?
So growing up, he was like my idol growing up. I mean, he was so cool, like Korean American on the PGA Tour, had this like huge
he was cool.
Swagger, like he was friends with everyone, like he didn't really give a care in the world and was like winning tournaments. And then like he was amazing.
Hey, Doug, would you say Anthony Kim was the first to bring the hip hop genre to the PGA Tour? I mean, would you kind of say that?
I would say he was a bridge to bring in some swag to the tour. He started wearing his hair a little longer, had the buckle that nobody could mess with. He had the shoe collection. He had shoes before Sean Foley had the shoes now. And Andy, I'm gonna talk about Sean a little bit, but I think AK brought it in. Now, and here's the question: would you want to be partnered in an event with AK? Say there is a PGA Tour LPGA mixed event. Would you tell him bring your ass out of retirement? Cash out that insurance policy that we heard about, alleged insurance policy. Come play with me in this event.
Sure. I mean,
but Anna, you still brought him up as if. Do you have links to him? Do you know him in a way? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. All right.
We have mutual like friends, and we know mutual people, but.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna search.
I heard Brian Ziegler might have a contact to him, so we'll call B Zig. Sorry. I'm just picturing Annie. But Annie, you said something though I found very interesting in your assessment though. You said it was cool to see Korean American playing on the PGA Tour. Now, when you were coming up, we're talking about representation. Did that matter to you as it relates to how you play golf, seeing somebody that kind of come from your background?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, we had, KJ Choi as the first Korean to make a huge imprint in South Korea. And then for the women's tour, we had Sari Pat. I think I was a little bit later in their time. So I didn't really get to see much golf, like watching them golf, but they're like, my parents are a huge fan of them. Right. But, when Anthony Kim came onto the PGA Tour and, Michelle Wie, we had two major icons for Korean Americans to represent not only Korea, but also in America. And just having like this, just different perspective and kind of representing that, like this new wave of Korean American golfers. So, they made a huge imprint on me. One of my other biggest, idols are Annika Sorenstam. And I had, the fortune, very lucky to play with her in the practice round for the U.S. Women's Open 2 weeks ago. So yeah, it's I feel like the golf world is changing. I mean, if you look back in golf history, like it's just changed so much and it's still changing. And I think it's changing for the better. But we're also always improving, trying to improve every day.
Oh, I used to have the big secret between us. I used to have the biggest crush. I used to have the biggest crush on Sari Pak. She was oh my god. Sari Pak. That's Sari Pak.
I mean, she took off
Not
my
Tupac.
shoes.
Not Tupac. Sari Pak.
Okay, so Andy, did you ever get the you're gonna be the next Sari Pak? Because I feel like as black golfers, even Will with dreads, everybody's like, oh my god, as a child, you're gonna be the next Tiger Woods. I was like, nah, hell with Tiger. I'm gonna be the first me. Did you get that same kind of like OMG?
So when I was younger, people asked me like, oh, are you related to like Grace Park?
I love Grace. No, that was my player. Grace Park was.
She was cool too.
Doug, that was a little bit. I had a crush, but I didn't say
with the hat though. With
hey,
the
Andy,
visor.
Hey, did you hear? I didn't say
her game. That was for her game. She was cold.
Oh, okay.
Her game was cold.
Yeah, way to cover out of that one.
Game was cold.
Yeah, so was Sari's.
Yeah. Wait, what was the question? Where were we going?
We wilding out. Hey, on Beyond the Fairway, Andy, on Beyond the Fairway presented by Genesis, we wild out here. We don't know what the hell we talking about, but we talking though. We talking.
This guy, which way? No, the question was like who you got compared to. Was it ever like, oh, you're gonna be the next Sari or you're gonna be the next Grace Park? Because I got Tiger Woods. Like I think it's the teeth. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, he got adult teeth. He got adult teeth like Tiger. Are you gonna be like next Tiger? Sorry, go ahead.
Well, yeah, so when I was younger, they were like, oh, are you related to Grace Park? I know. And then, like, my first year on tour, like, just fans would be like, oh, are you related to NB Park? And I'm like, I wish. Maybe my golf game would be that great, too. But, yeah, I get that here and there. But there's, more Koreans coming out and just great players in general. So, if I can be compared to NB Park, that's such an honor. Grace Park. Sari Pak.
See, you were compared right here on Beyond the Fairway, presented by Genesis. Now, look, one thing we want to get you out of here, but a couple things. One, I want to understand. We off the top, we talked about 5 weeks in a row. Getting older within the game. Can you talk a little bit about how you kind of get in? You go from one event to the next event. How do you get ready for the next event on the heels of coming off of one?
Yeah, so definitely. Let's say I would travel back either Sunday or Monday from a tournament. Maybe hibernate like Monday or Tuesday. I wasn't joking. Like Dallas right now, it's so hot. I personally, this is so weird to say, but like as much as I love to sleep, I actually like waking up super early in the morning still. So sometimes like I like to go like 5:30 a.m. classes for like cycling or boxing. So I want to wake up early for golf. It's worth it because of the weather. It's worth it because of the weather. But so like Thursday, right? I went out. There was no wind, and that's like not normal for Dallas. And like there was no wind. I was baking like a grilled chicken out there. It was like so hot. It was so hot. I had like a tan line from it. I was like, oh my goodness.
Annie, I'm gonna ask you this question. I'm gonna hit you right in the mouth with this question. Are you still in love with the game of golf?
Ooh.
So last year I took 2 months off because I was like just burnt out, exhausted. Didn't have the passion for the game anymore. I was just not in a great mental state. I was like, I need to step away from the game for a little bit and kind of reconsider why I'm playing this sport. What's my purpose here? And during those 2 months off, the first week was amazing. Second, third week, I'm like, what do I do with my life?
Great question.
Right? Like,
we all have that question.
This is all like golf is everything I know. Growing up, it's the most time I've put in. It's the most, I put so much hours of practice, skill sets, and still learning new skill sets. And, the second, third week was really tough because I was like, I don't have a routine outside of golf. I don't have hobbies that I never realized I enjoyed, right? So I kind of did this little mini like goal where, hey, why don't I just try to wake up at like 5 a.m., 5:30 a.m. every day and see how it goes. Now, Best part of this, if you wake up at 5 a.m., 5:30 a.m., you go to work out for an hour and a half, 2 hours, come back, and it's still what, like shower and everything, eat breakfast, 8 a.m.,
You got the whole
9
day ahead of
a.m.
you.
Dude, you could take a 3-hour nap. And it's still, and you wake up for lunch. It was
So your day is all revolving around your nap time.
Well, okay. It was tough. Like 5 a.m., 5:30 a.m. is really tough when you try to do it every day. You're gonna need the nap.
So
like if you have the time. It's
all
much
right,
needed.
managing naps and also managing gaming, because I hear you are a big gamer.
Yeah.
How do you manage those times? I mean,
So
are you good at Fortnite at all?
I was good when you're not like sleeping at night. I picked it up during COVID. I picked up actually fishing, gaming. Just a little bit of like everything else. But I actually really enjoyed fishing, fish to eat. So when I was living in Orlando, we would go, deep sea fishing and stuff. And then I picked up Fortnite. And so I got, my boyfriend into it, my friends into it. And I'm that toxic friend that, instigates all the bad stuff. But we don't sleep at night.
Doug, my toxic friend.
I am a toxic friend. It happens. But anyway, when we're talking about like taking the time off, you took 2 months off. I mean, you took 2 months off from like social media. You put a lot of things down. What was it where you got to the point where it was like, I've got to shut down? Like, what did you notice?
Yeah.
What happened?
I think the first sign was I decided not to play Evian, which was our fourth major. I got into British, decided not to play that too. I missed 2 majors out of the calendar year. And the reason why was, one, I just didn't want to travel anymore. When you travel for a living, the last thing you want to do is get on another flight. Go into a new time zone. It's just tough, right? And then I think the biggest thing is nutrition, right? So, going into different countries, it's hard to manage what you can eat. So that's like the biggest thing that was also that. But I was starting to have panic and anxiety attack that year, so last year. And it was getting a little bit worse and worse. Whereas like, I don't know when it was going to come. I didn't want to go be on the golf course and just, make a birdie and start bawling my eyes out.
Right. I can
right.
dig it.
So like, I don't want to be like, they'd be like, what is wrong with her? She's just birdie and she's like bawling her eyes out. But I decided to take some time off just because, I needed to start taking care of myself. I think the biggest thing was I've always put golf as my priority in life. And sometimes you need to take care of yourself first in order to play golf, right? So
I was going to ask you your learnings, right? I think that's probably the biggest takeaway that you learned from that time.
I've learned the most about me ever. I learned about, traumas that I've had that were unhealed, and I have to, heal that myself. What else? Learn new hobbies. I think hobbies are very important in whatever profession you do. I think it helps with that balanced lifestyle. So I think the biggest thing when I come back home, and even though it's like a week off, I have something that I enjoy doing. It sounds very nerdy, but I finally purchased this Dyson vacuum that I've put on my wish list for 5 years.
I thought I was the only one. I thought I was the only one that cared. Which one did you get? Hold on. Which one did you get?
I got the Outsize 11 Plus.
Okay.
The Outsize 11 Plus. Oh my goodness! It's with the laser, the green light laser.
That's dope.
Oh
I come home. I vacuum
cool.
like 5 times a day. It's so soothing.
Yeah, that thing really does suck.
A lot of hair too.
I got the big ball. I got the Dyson Big Ball. That's my jam. That was like my first adult purchase. I bought a Traeger and a Dyson Big Ball vacuum cleaner. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I heard those are really good though.
They suck. Honestly, they really do.
Mm-hmm.
Like Will said.
Hey, so, okay, cool question. All right, now that you kind of have your outside hobbies, and you don't have to answer this question, but how long do you give yourself playing on the LPGA tour? How much longer? How many more seasons you got to give where golf is really your main thing?
It's a hard question.
It is a hard question.
It's a hard question, I know. We ask tough questions here on Beyond the Fairway.
Tough.
I think I'll retire when I give myself a good chance to dominate. So
I love
I don't
that.
know. Time will tell. Maybe. I mean, my new goal is that I want to look like Shakira and J-Lo by the time I'm like 45, 50. So who knows? Maybe I could be playing until then or retiring sooner. I have no idea. I just want to be the best version of myself and leave the game when I feel like when I'm prepared.
Well, Annie, later this month, we're going to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Title IX. And, we got to ask, as a former college golfer, talk a little bit about the importance of Title IX and kind of what it's meant to you.
Yeah, I mean, I had a great opportunity for me to play college golf. I learned so much about myself and also for the golf, improving every skill set that I never learned as an amateur player and as a junior golfer. But I think it's trending in the right direction. I personally love watching college golf. I think it's so much fun. A lot of these kids are dominating. Amari Avery at USC and Rosang at Stanford, Rachel Hett. I mean, you've got so many talented young players. And I think, the opportunity is getting better and bigger for collegiate athletes. And I think it's really great.
Yeah, Title IX definitely made sure that the playing grounds are level for everyone. And that's, what I appreciated. But Will, you want to do rap foursome this week, Will? I feel like I do it every week, man. I feel like we got to get her out of here the right way.
Yeah, I missed the rap foursome.
Go ahead, do it. You do it this week.
And we do this to every guest, right? We ask our guests to give us 4 rappers. We're playing a 5-ball. 4 rappers that you would love to play with, dead or alive, that you would love to have in your foursome. Playing the 5-ball, dead or alive. So let's go. Who you got?
2 Chainz.
2 Chainz.
Snoop Dogg.
Okay.
Snoop Dogg. Kodak Black.
Didn't see that one come.
I know.
I like
Kodak
that.
Black. I really do like Kodak Black.
You like Gremlins. I get
it.
He said
Biggie.
it, not me. Who was it?
Biggie.
Okay.
Biggie, all time.
That's a group right there.
I'm torn. I mean, 50 Cent. I love 50 Cent.
She called.
It's
rap foursome, Annie.
Hey, Annie.
The fifth.
Hey, the way you look at the way you talk about these rappers in your eyes is the way I looked at Sari Pac. That's scary a little bit. I love 50 Cent. Ooh, 50.
He about $1.50 now. He's a little bigger than 50 Cent. All right, run it back. We had Kodak Black, 2 Chainz, Snoop, and you had 2
Biggie.
Biggie or 50. You got to pick one.
Yeah, Biggie or 50.
See, she went rap 6-ball. No, that's not what it is, Andy.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to take Kodak Black out.
Okay.
I'm putting 50 Cent in.
However, if you were at Grove 23, we could play 6-ball. So that right there, you can add 50 and Biggie to that one.
I kind of want to put T.I. in there too.
Okay,
though.
go Grove 23, do 7-somes.
This is a really hard question.
See, people think it's easy. You come on here, we give you the John Tesh School of Journalism right here. This is that tough, hard-hitting stuff. Rap. All right, we'll give you rap. We'll give her rap 8-ball right here on
first ever do it out here Beyond the Fairway, presented by Genesis. Rap 8-ball.
Everybody.
We're playing at Grove 23. All of hip hop.
It might be 24 by the time Annie leaves. Hell, all these people. Well, Annie, thank you so much for going Beyond the Fairway, presented by Genesis, right here on Golf Channel, NBC Sports. We wish you the best. We know you got some tournaments coming up. It was great to see you get in the mix there at the last Chevron. I watched every shot you hit that day, so I appreciate the excitement there. And we'll see you around the way.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
I hope to see you at Hilton Grand Vacation this year. I hope to see you there.
You got some work to do.
Yes, you do.
All right.
That's pressure. I know.
If you get Kodak Black there, then I'll for sure be there.
All right.
No, not even Kodak. Anyone. 50
It's in Florida. We got a shot. We got a shot.
I don't understand what he's saying, but I'll get somebody to interpret it for me. Yeah, we'll get him there.
Beyond the Fairway is presented by Genesis Motor America and the first ever GV70 dynamic design and exhilarating performance. Make the game your own. And you know what? I tell you what, Annie Park makes the game her own, because never ever have I met someone who judges their travel based off of what they can eat and how they can sleep. First ever, and I appreciate her honesty. Thank you, Miss Park, for coming in here right there.
Yeah. I mean, shoot, I like the fact that she made it her own from the standpoint of she didn't understand what's making her happy again. Like she started to understand what makes her tick, understanding who she is, and controlling her emotions, and how can she best prepare herself to be highly functional in a space, in a sport that is known for being very demanding. So I
think that's dope,
her.
man. That is dope, because you know what? You know how hard it is to step away from where you make your money from?
Man.
Like, good thing she's like an independent contractor where it's like, I'm going to take a quick pause, step back. Try that if you work at Walmart. Try it. Go ahead. See if you still got a job when you come back.
That joke is so wide open, but I want to keep my job. I'm gonna keep my job when it comes to independent contract talk. But however, yes, it's a great thing what she's doing, and I appreciate her. Shout out to AP for being vulnerable with us. Mm-hmm. It's tough questions that she did not have to answer, but she was vulnerable with us, and shout out to her for that.
No, absolutely. So, Annie Park, thank you so much coming in here, going Beyond the Fairway, presented by Genesis. Will, but it is time now for Make the Game Your Own, presented by Genesis. Will, this week, the U.S. Open and the USGA, they're bringing in 25 students that have been selected for the Lee Elder internship. While the USGA, chooses to focus on diversity, equity, and inclusion, and the country club, the USGA has 25 students that are coming in from 22 universities, and they're going to learn everything there is to learn about the back-end operations of what goes on at the U.S. Open, and again, the partnership there, Brendan Walsh there at the country club there in Brookline, Massachusetts. Will, this is what we're talking about when it comes to growing the game, because the game can grow in, on-course opportunities for players, but there's this huge openness where people from diverse backgrounds can learn how to run, manage, operate events, and shout out to the USGA and the country club for doing so in honor of Lee Elder.
Absolutely. When you think about in PGA Tour specific, I don't know if there's any minority operators or even host operators of PGA Tour events, know, and to think of, I know one in the late 90s, early 2000s, there was a African American who was a tournament director, but it's not many. So this event right here, or excuse me, this intern in this program is very much needed, just to kind of understand how to run a tournament from womb to tomb.
Womb to tomb. That's Will Lowery's words right there.
Well, in the honor of Doug Smith, from my vantage point, I think this is needed.
I'd never say that, but look, the Lee Elder internship is an incentive program designed to introduce underrepresented youth to the game and its core values, while also showcasing golf's many career pathways. And look, hey, we right here. This is another pathway. Come on in here. Let's go Beyond the Fairway. Presented by Genesis. Let's talk home course advantage. What is it? Why is it needed? And how do we watch it?
Well, home course advantage dropped last week on Thursday, I believe, the 7th. I don't know when the actual 7th was. But it's basically just thank you, Doug. Appreciate that. But basically just it's a new series that will be on Golf Pass. Basically just trying to figure out how we can, do a surprise delight for certain individuals that are moving the game forward, and also kids who are also trying to advance in the game of golf on a competitive level. We know how tough it is, Doug. Both you and I know how tough it is to pursue your dream in this space. Mm-hmm. And we just want to make sure that we can provide, make it an easy transition. And I think that's something that's needed. It's kind of funny.
I love seeing, Will, that I love seeing how you've been moving recently, to be honest with you. I mean, I think, we talk about make the game your own. Yeah, we're highlighting the Lee Elder internship. But I also think you're one of those individuals that need to be highlighted because you, sir, definitely make the game your own. And now we got to decide something. We got big issues right here, Will. You and I, mano y mano. We're going to see who finishes first. We're going to bet something on the line. We might do a giveaway or something for whoever wins. We'll talk to NBC. We'll figure it out. Will, U.S. Open this week at the Country Club in Brookline, Massachusetts. Who are you taking to hoist the hardware. That's what I need to know.
I gotta be I gotta be as bandwagon as it gets.
If you say Brooks Koepka again,
Brooks who? Man, he just got married. He's not thinking about. He has no energy right now.
Okay. Okay.
He's coming off his honeymoon.
Yeah.
He has no energy right now.
Okay.
So I am going with Roy McIlroy. I just believe he is. I know it's cliche bandwagon, but how could you not go with Roy right now?
I'll tell you how I cannot go with Roy right now, because I'm taking a guy that's never won on the PGA Tour. You've seen him week out. You've heard about him. He's always been near the top. He's got umpteen top tens and majors. I'm going with Matthew Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick gets it done. I wish I had my English flag like Kornheiser. I'd wave it. I'm going Fitzy to get it done. Appreciate y'all rocking with us right here, Beyond the Fairway, presented by Genesis and on Golf Channel. Where else would you want to be? It's the U.S. Open week. We'll holla at you.
How could you go with another crosshand person? Like, that's just so disrespectful. That's disrespectful, Dougie.
You're not in the damn field, sir.